Yes. Hello, my friends. Today we're going to talk about a little bean that could change your life, especially if you're over 60 and looking to regain that muscle strength, that energy, and that youthful vitality. Now listen carefully, because this is NOT, just a bean. This is nature's powerhouse, and in many ways, it could do what eggs have done for years, but with even more benefits, no cholesterol, more fiber, and a punch of protein your body will thank you for. Yes, my friends, I'm talking about the lentil, L-E-N-T-I-L, tiny, cheap, often overlooked. But when it comes to muscle gains after 60, this is one of the most powerful foods you can put into your body. I want you to take a moment right now and think about this question. Are you getting enough of the right protein? The kind that heals, strengthens and protects your muscles, especially after the age of 60. Because let me tell you, this is the age where it matters the most. You see, our bodies are amazing machines, but just like a car, you're right, they need the right fuel. And after 60, your body's ability to absorb and utilize protein declines. That means even if you're eating the same way you did in your 40s or 50s, your body just isn't getting what it needs. And that leads to something we all need to talk about more. Muscle loss. Yes, my friends, muscle loss or sarcopenia is one of the biggest silent threats to your independence, strength, and long-term health. It starts quietly. You feel a little weaker, your knee up like this, your legs shake more when you stand up, your arms don't have the same endurance, you're out of breath going upstairs, and you think, maybe this is just aging. But let me be clear, muscle loss is NOT, just aging. It's the result of nutritional deficiency, inactivity, and poor recovery. And one of the biggest culprits, lack of high quality protein. Now, traditionally, we're told that eggs are the gold standard of protein. And don't get me wrong, eggs have their place. They're rich in essential amino acids, affordable and easy to prepare. But here's the problem. Many of you have cholesterol issues, heart problems, or digestive sensitivities. Some of you are following plant-based diets. Others just tired of the same old food routines. And this is where lentils, that tiny humble bean, come into the picture as an absolute game changer. I want you to hear this loud and clear. Lentils are one of the most powerful, complete, and underrated sources of plant protein on the planet. 1 cup of cooked lentils contains roughly 18 grams of protein. Let that sink in. That's about the same as 3 large eggs without a single gram of cholesterol and packed with fiber, iron, magnesium, and B vitamins. What makes lentils special is not just their protein content. It's how they support your entire system. This is what I love about real, natural, whole foods like this. They don't just do one thing. They heal multiple systems in your body at once. You see, when you eat eggs, you're getting protein, but you're also getting saturated fats and cholesterol, which may not be suitable for everyone, especially if you're dealing with cardiovascular risks or high LDL levels, like this. But with lentils, you're getting pure plant-based protein, which is much easier on the heart, easier on digestion, and more. So you feel energized, satisfied, and not bloated or sluggish after eating. And here's the beautiful part. Lentils contain what we call essential amino acids, the building blocks of muscle tissue. They provide key compounds like lysine, leucine, and isoleucine, which are critical for muscle repair, protein synthesis, and strength restoration, especially after 60. Now let's talk about this from a practical standpoint. If you're recovering from an injury, if you're trying to build strength to prevent falls, if you want to maintain lean muscle mass, you need protein that your body can actually use. And lentils deliver it in a natural, complete, and easily digestible form. You may be asking, Dr. Mandell, how do I get this into my routine? It's simple, my friend. Start by cooking a cup of lentils and adding it to your soup, salad, or stir fry. Try a hearty lentil stew with garlic, turmeric, and black pepper. Now you've got anti-inflammatory power with your protein. Or blend cooked lentils into your veggie burger patties or wraps for a plant-powered punch that strengthens every cell in your body. And guess what? Lentils are budget-friendly. You don't need expensive powders or synthetic protein supplements. You don't need lab-made formulas that sit on the shelf for months. You need real food that God created, food that nourishes, not just fills you. And that, my friend, is why I love lentils. They're not flashy, they're not hyped by the media, but they work. And the science backs it up. Studies have shown that plant-based protein sources, when consumed in sufficient amounts, can be just as effective or even more protective for older adults when compared to animal-based proteins. Why? Because plant proteins like those in lentils are packed with fiber, polyphenols, and micronutrients that fight off oxidative stress, gut imbalances, and inflammation, the very things that accelerate aging and break down muscle tissue. And let me say this, if you're dealing with blood pressure issues, type 2 diabetes, or constipation, adding lentils to your diet can help reverse or greatly improve those conditions while also building your muscle back up. So the next time you're reaching for eggs, which are fine in moderation, I want you to consider the lentil. This one small change could mean the difference between losing muscle and gaining it, between feeling weak and feeling empowered, between a life of dependence and a life of freedom. Your muscles are listening to every bite you take. Give them what they need. Give them the gift of real nutrition. Give them lentils. Because after 60, you're not done. You're just getting started, and with the right food, the right mindset, and the right choices, you can be stronger than you've ever been. Today, I want to talk about something that affects millions of people over the age of 60. Something you may not even know is happening inside your body day by day. It's called sarcopenia. That's a big medical term, but I want to break it down in a way that's simple and real. Sarcopenia is the age-related loss of muscle mass, strength, and function. But I'm not just talking about bodybuilders or athletes here. I'm talking about you and me and the everyday senior who just wants to enjoy life without pain, without falling, without struggling to get out of a chair or climb the stairs. Because here's the truth, muscle is not just for looks. It's your foundation. It holds you up. It protects your joints. It stabilizes your spine. It keeps your balance strong. And when you lose it, you don't just lose strength, you lose mobility, confidence, and independence. Now, many of you may be thinking well, I'm getting older, this is just how it is. Let me stop you right there. Yes, sarcopenia is common, but that doesn't mean it's normal. And it certainly doesn't mean it's unavoidable. You can fight back. You can reverse muscle loss. And one of the most powerful tools to do that is something so simple, so natural, and so affordable. It might just be sitting in your pantry right now. It's the lentil. Yes, that little bean that most people overlook, but make no mistake, this is no ordinary food. This is a healing weapon in the fight against sarcopenia. Now let's understand why. As you age, your muscles naturally begin to shrink. Not just from inactivity, but because your body becomes less efficient at using dietary protein to rebuild tissue. So even if you're eating enough calories, you may not be getting enough usable amino acids to maintain your muscle mass. This is where lentils shine. 1 cup of cooked lentils has about 18 grams of high-quality plant protein. Rich in the essential amino acids your muscles crave, including lysine, the single most powerful amino acid for stimulating muscle protein synthesis. What does that mean for you? It means every spoonful of lentils you eat is feeding your muscles, repairing broken fibers, and preventing further breakdown. And that's exactly what we need to fight sarcopenia. But that's just the beginning. Lentils are also loaded with iron, and that's critical. Why? Because iron helps your red blood cells deliver oxygen to your muscles. When your muscles are oxygen rich, they recover faster, perform better, and stay stronger. Without enough iron, you may feel tired, weak, or dizzy. All symptoms that can make muscle loss worse. And here's the thing, many seniors, especially women over 60, are low in iron and don't even know it. Lentils are one of the best plant-based sources of iron. And when you eat them with a little vitamin C, like a squeeze of lemon or some chopped tomatoes, your body absorbs even more of it. That's food working with your biology, not against it. Let's also talk about magnesium, which is also found in lentils. Magnesium supports muscle contraction, nerve function, and energy production if you're getting leg cramps at night or twitching, or feel fatigue even after a good night's sleep. You might be low in magnesium. And when magnesium levels are low, this muscle maintenance becomes harder. Lentils give your body what it needs to stay in balance and build stability from the inside out. And my friends, we cannot forget about inflammation. So many seniors struggle with chronic inflammation in the joints, the tissues, and that inflammation speeds up muscle loss. That's right, inflammation makes it easier to lose muscle and harder to build it back. But lentils, they're packed with antioxidants and anti-inflammatory compounds like polyphenols. These little powerhouses go into your body and help cool down inflammation, allowing your muscles to heal, grow, and function the way they're meant to. Now let's be real. No single food is a magic bullet. But when you combine lentils with light resistance training, daily movement, and hydration, you create a synergistic effect. Your muscles begin to respond. Your strength starts to return. Your posture improves. Your confidence goes up. You begin to feel like yourself again. I've seen it happen with my own eyes. Men and women in their 60s, 70s, even 80s, who were told to just take it easy. But instead, they made the choice to fight back. They added foods like lentils to their daily routine, and they saw real changes, not overnight, but consistently. Little by little, their muscles came back. Their legs felt stronger. Their pain lessened. They started walking farther, standing taller, moving better. Because food is medicine, and lentils are a perfect example of that. So how do you start? Cook a batch of lentils once a week. Keep them in your fridge. Use them in soups, curries, salads, or just as a side dish. And some herbs, a little garlic, turmeric, and olive oil. And now you've got a muscle-healing, anti-inflammatory super meal on your plate. It doesn't have to be fancy. It just has to be consistent. Because every time you give your body real nutrition, you're telling it, I'm not done. I'm rebuilding. I'm still strong. And guess what? Your body listens. So don't let sarcopenia sneak up on you. Don't let muscle loss rob you of your independence. Don't believe the myth that weakness is just a part of getting older. It's not. Strength is still possible. Muscle is still possible. Healing is still possible. It's not too late. And it starts with one small choice. Maybe even something as simple as a spoonful of lentils. I care about you. I believe in you. And I want you to keep moving forward, strong, steady, and full of life. God bless you all. Stay strong, stay healthy. And remember, your muscles need you just as much as you need them. I want to talk to you about something that affects millions of people, especially those of us over the age of 60, that feeling of low energy, that afternoon crash, the brain fog, and the sudden drop that leaves you reaching for coffee, sweets, or just a place to sit down and rest. And for some of you, it's not just a once-in-a-while thing. It's every day. You wake up tired, you go through the day tired, you feel like no matter how much you sleep or eat, your body just isn't responding. Now I want to tell you something very important. This is not just a part of getting older. This is a sign, a signal. Your body is trying to tell you something. And in many cases, what it's saying is my blood sugar is out of balance. You see, your energy levels are directly connected to your blood sugar, the glucose that fuels every single cell in your body. When your blood sugar spikes too high or drops too low, your energy, focus, and mood go along with it. And if you're dealing with type 2 diabetes, insulin resistance, prediabetes, even just poor diet, you're going to feel it even more. So what's the solution? Now you might think maybe I need more sugar, or maybe I should eat more carbs. But my friends, not all carbs are created equal. There are good carbs and there are harmful carbs. There are carbs that fuel you and carbs that drain you. Let me introduce you to one of the best sources of healthy carbohydrates and plant-based energy nature has ever given us, the lentil. That tiny, powerful, unassuming bean. Lentils are more than just a protein source. They are one of the most balanced, energy-supporting foods you can eat, especially if you want to keep your blood sugar steady and your energy levels consistent throughout the day. Let's talk science for just a moment, but I'll keep it simple. Lentils are rich in complex carbohydrates. These are the carbs your body loves, the ones that break down slowly and provide long-lasting energy instead of a quick spike and crash. That's because they have a low glycemic index. Let me explain what that means. The glycemic index measures how quickly a food raises your blood sugar. White bread, high glycemic, sugary snacks, high glycemic. Soda, very high glycemic. But lentil glycemic, that means when you eat them, your blood sugar rises gradually, not in a roller coaster wave. And what happens when your blood sugar rises slowly? You feel steady. You feel focused. You feel in control. No spikes, no crashes, no fog, just stable, natural energy. Now here's the beauty of lentils. They don't just contain complex carbs, they also contain lots of fiber. And this is a big deal, especially for those with diabetes or insulin resistance. This fiber slows down digestion. That means your body takes longer to break down and absorb the glucose from your food. That's good, because it keeps your blood sugar from going haywire. In fact, this study showed that just one serving of lentils with a meal can reduce blood sugar spikes by up to 35% compared to other starchy foods. That's huge, my friends. But let me give you something else that most people don't talk about when your blood sugar is unstable. When it's rising and crashing throughout the day, it doesn't just affect your energy. It affects your brain, it affects your mood, it affects your hormones, it affects your immune system. And over time, it can damage your nerves, your eyes, your kidneys, and your heart. This is serious, but it's also preventable. And it starts with what you put on your plate. That's why I recommend lentils so strongly, not just as a protein source, but as a blood sugar stabilizer. Now let me take this a step further. You might be asking, Dr. Mandell, how do I make this practical? Start simple. Make a lentil soup, add some garlic, turmeric, black pepper. You've got anti-inflammatory power with every bite. Toss lentils in your salads for a boost of protein and fiber. Cook them with some guano and veggies, and you've got a complete meal that fuels your brain, supports your muscles, and keeps your energy stable for hours. Even better, lentils are budget friendly. You can get a whole bag of dry lentils for the price of a single sugary snack, and it will feed you for days. No powders, no gimmicks, just real food with real healing power. Your knee up like this. And here's something else I want to share with you from the heart. If you've been feeling exhausted, sluggish, or like your motivation is slipping away, if you've been depending on caffeine or sugar just to get through the day, if you've been told you have type 2 diabetes or your doctor says your blood sugar is borderline, please don't ignore those signs. You're not broken. Your body is just out of rhythm. And rhythm can be restored with the right foods, the right choices, and a little bit of daily intention. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to change everything overnight. You just need to start. And something as simple as adding lentils to one meal a day can begin to change your entire metabolic picture. That's how healing begins. Not in extremes, but in consistency. So I want to encourage you today, choose the foods that work with your body, not against it. Choose the foods that give you sustained energy, not a temporary rush. Choose lentils. A food that loves your blood sugar, supports your energy, and helps you feel like yourself again. Because your energy matters, your clarity matters, your life, your goals, your dreams, they still matter. And when your blood sugar is balanced, your whole life starts to feel balanced too. I care about you. I want you to be strong. I want you to be vibrant. And I want you to wake up each day with the energy you deserve. Let lentils be part of that journey. Because your best years are still ahead and you're not done yet. God bless you all. Stay healthy, stay strong, and keep moving forward. I want to talk to you about two things that deeply affect all of us as we age: your heart health and your finances. Because let's face it, after 60, both of these areas become more important than ever. Your body becomes more sensitive. Your medical bills may go up. And many of you are living on fixed incomes. That means you need to make smart choices. Not just for your health, but for your wallet too. So let me ask you something. What if I told you there's a single food that's been scientifically proven to support a healthy heart, while also being one of the most affordable and nutrient-rich foods on earth? It's not some exotic powder. It's not a trendy superfood. And no, it doesn't come with a $50 price tag. I'm talking about the lentil. That small, humble legume that most people walk right past in the grocery store without giving a second thought. But not you. Not after today. Because once you understand what lentils can do for your heart and how budget friendly they are, you'll never look at them the same way again. Let's start with your heart. Your heart is your engine. It pumps oxygen and nutrients to every cell in your body all day, every day for your entire life. And the truth is, heart disease remains the A1 cause of death among adults over 60. That's the reality. But here's the good news. Most of these heart problems are preventable and even reversible. with the right dietary and lifestyle changes, and that brings us to lentils. Lentils are one of the most heart protective foods you can eat. They're rich in soluble fiber, and that's key. Why this? Because soluble fiber binds to excess cholesterol in your digestive tract and helps your body eliminate it. That means your LDL cholesterol, the bad kind, goes down, your blood pressure improves, and your arteries stay clearer and more flexible. That's not just theory. It's proven in study after study. People who regularly eat lentils and other legumes have been shown to have lower total cholesterol, lower LDL, and a reduced risk of cardiovascular disease. And here's another fact. Lentils contain potassium, magnesium, and folate, 3 nutrients that are absolutely essential for regulating blood pressure and supporting your heart rhythm. Now let me explain why that matters for you right now. As we age, our arteries tend to get stiffer. Our blood pressure starts to creep up. That puts strain on the heart. It makes it work harder. Over time, that leads to damage, and damage leads to heart attacks, strokes, and congestive heart failure. But the nutrients in lentils help your blood vessels relax, improve circulation, and support the electrical signals that keep your heart beating the way it should. That's food as medicine, my friends. And unlike high sodium processed foods, which increase pressure and inflammation, lentils are low in sodium, low in fat, and high in healing potential. Now I know some people think, well, Dr. Mandell, like this, healthy food is expensive. And unfortunately, that's often true, especially when we're talking about organic produce or specialty health products. But not lentils. Lentils are one of the most cost-effective sources of nutrition on the planet. Let me give you some perspective. One bag of dried lentils, which costs about $2 to $3 USD, can make 8 or more servings. Each of those servings is packed with protein, fiber, iron, magnesium, and plant compounds that protect your organs and support your muscles. Now, compare that to the cost of fast food processed meals or frozen dinners filled with chemicals. Not only are those options more expensive over time, they're also draining your health, robbing you of energy, and increasing your medical bills in the long run. When you eat lentils, you're not just saving money, you're saving your future. You're investing in strength and energy and longevity. And here's the beauty of it. Lentils are so versatile. You can make lentil soup, lentil curry, lentil tacos, lentil burgers. The list goes on. You don't need to be a chef. You don't need a fancy kitchen. Just boil them with some herbs and spices, turmeric, cumin, black pepper, garlic. And you've got a heart healing budget-friendly super meal that tastes delicious and heals from the inside out. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Your healing doesn't have to come in a bottle. It doesn't have to be expensive. It just has to be intentional. And lentils are a perfect example of that. They don't scream for attention. They're not flashy, but they are powerful. And they work. So if you're on a fixed income, if you're watching your food cost, if you're tired of hearing that eating healthy is too expensive, just remember this. A single cup of lentils can nourish your heart, support your muscles, balance your blood sugar, and keep you feeling full and energized. All for less than $1 a serving. That's not just food. That's freedom. Freedom from pills, freedom from hospital visits, freedom from fear. And that's my goal for you. Not just to live long, but to live well, strong like this, independent and full of vitality. So the next time you're in the grocery store, I want you to walk down the aisle with confidence, reach for those lentils. Bring them home, cook them with care, and know that you're doing something incredible for your heart, your health, and your wallet, because you don't need to be rich to be healthy. You just need to be smart, aware, and willing to choose wisely. And lentils, that's a wise choice. I believe in you. I care about you, and I want you to live your best years, starting now. I want to speak directly to your heart today, because I know some of you are struggling with your health, struggling with low energy, struggling with muscle loss, weakness, and the feeling that your body just isn't what it used to be. You wake up and your legs feel stiff, you reach for something and your arm feels shaky. You sit for too long and standing back up feels like climbing a mountain, and you ask yourself, is this just aging? Is this the new normal? Let me tell you something, my friend. No. It is NOT. Yes, your body changes as you age. Yes, certain things get harder, But that does not mean you are powerless. That does not mean you have to surrender to weakness. And it certainly doesn't mean you can't get stronger, no matter what age you are. You see, the human body is an amazing intelligent system. It is designed to heal. It is designed to rebuild this. It is designed to grow even after 60, 70, or 80 years of life. But here's the part most people forgetting: your body can only work with what you give it. If you feed it junk, it's going to breed down. If you feed it nothing, it'll run on fumes. But if you feed it real food, the kind that